The Big Show with Night and Day for the best milkshakes, thick shakes, and super thick shakes.
Welcome to the biggest show on earth.
Our biggest show. The biggest. This is big.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
That's right, it is the Hauraki Big Show for Thursday, the 13th of March, and you've got Keyzie, you've got Pugsan, and you've got no one else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hoytey Jase is still on holiday in Vietnam with his whānau, and old Mogie's off today as well. His wife is winning an award down in Wellington.
His wife.
Good stuff, Pugsan. She's in the film industry. She's up for some big awards, so he's taking the day off. We'll be back on deck tomorrow. In the meantime, as always, the Big Show is brought to you by Night and Day. Not as good with two of us.
Speak for yourself, man.
How you doing, Pugs?
I'm good, man. I'm a little bit tired. Had a great night out last night at Fontaine's DC here in Tamaki Makaurau, but we'll get into that later. It is a band. It's a band from Ireland, but we'll crack into that a bit later, eh?
We certainly will. It was a big night for gigs last night here in Auckland. We had Alamin OP playing. We had She Hard playing. Fontaine's DC, as you mentioned. You actually ran into the fellas from Fontaine's.
I did. I met the lead singer and the bassist.
Bloody cool.
Yeah.
And you were saying that they thought you were pretty cool by the end of it.
We'll get into that later.
Okay. That's a great little tease there, Pugsan. Also coming up for you very shortly, we've got some best of the Big Show moments. We'll be kicking off with a 2022 clip of Hoytey J on Father's Day. In the meantime, if you need anything, 3483 is the number to text, 0800 Hauraki the number to call, and this is Live Lightning Crashes.
Got $50 night and day vouchers if you get in touch. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Tune from the exponents. Who loves who the most on the Hauraki Big Show?
Went bloody good live on the weekend in Hokitika at the Wild Foods Festival.
Oh, that song?
Yeah.
Jordan Luck, he played it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Jordan Luck band, man.
Did it still sound good?
Yeah, it sounded mean. He's still got it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Hoytey J in a wig. Have you noticed that?
He does look like Hoytey J.
Especially in the
wig.
league department too, if you have a Keyzie. He wears real tight jeans as Jordan Luck.
What's up with like older rock and roll frontmen having really skinny legs?
Really skinny legs.
Like Mick Jagger's the same.
Yeah, true. It's the tight jeans though.
It's the tight jeans, it's the drugs, it's the alcohol, it's the boogieing around for years and years, I think. Just on Hoytey J as well, I believe we've got a best of the Big Show moment featuring Hoytey J. You got this one from 2022?
Yeah, so all the best bits that I found today have gone right back in the archives to 3 years ago. It was a different time for the Big Show, but one of our good times, I would say. And this bit in particular, it was on Father's Day 2022, and all the lovely treats that Jason Hoyte got from his family.
To be honest with you, Mike, I didn't even realise it was Father's Day.
Yeah, right.
Yesterday for me was just your normal day. I got up in the morning at about 7.
Yeah.
Made my lovely wife her morning coffee.
Yeah.
Made myself a coffee.
You said you made her breakfast in bed.
Yeah, I made her porridge.
Yeah.
She likes porridge.
Fruit?
With turmeric in it and fruit. Yeah, fruits in it.
What kind of fruits?
Your raisins.
My raisins.
Why not your raisins?
Raisins and porridge.
Raisins, currants. Currants.
What? Any fresh fruit?
Currants,
And she puts, some fresh fruit. Yeah, a little bit of apple.
Banana?
No, we didn't have any bananas.
Run out of bananas. Do you grate your apple or do you...
I grate it.
Yeah.
And turmeric. She likes turmeric in there.
Yeah.
So it's like bright yellow porridge.
My daughter goes for the old cinnamon. She likes a bit of cinnamon in there.
My bad, and a bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
And a bit of brown sugar.
Any honey in there, or you go with brown sugar instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about like blueberries, out of the freezer?
No, let's not be silly, Keyzie.
We actually do cherries. My daughter get a couple of cherries and I cut them up into eights.
Beautiful.
Cut them up into eights, and they're frozen. But by the time you stir it through the porridge, there it cooks them just right. Just right.
Actually, kiwi fruit, because kiwi fruit's in at the moment.
Oh yeah,
goes great on porridge. Do you put any of that on?
Sounds foul.
No, that would ruin it, I think. Sometimes I chuck in
bit bitter,
some hazelnuts.
Yeah, hazelnuts are bloody good.
Something like that. Or a sort of a kind of variety of nuts.
Yeah.
And she has this thing called LSA. I can never remember. It's an abbreviation, obviously.
LSD?
And it's like a kind of...
cedary,
which is good for your poos.
Yeah, blah blah. Yeah, they always say that, don't they?
Yeah.
What's that other stuff in there? Of course, you can put in you see blueberries and your blackberries are good though. Put some blackberries in there.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and like raspberries as well.
No, you don't want to put
raspberries.
Not raspberries.
Easy, you're too sour, man.
Really?
I'll tell you what, in a little bit of Gherkin.
Yeah, because you know why? The pickle there stimulates the stomach. It wakes your stomach up.
Of course it does.
So I made that for her. Made the little one some toast, brought that into her, and a smoothie.
What was on the toast?
And Terry had crumpets yesterday, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, so he had crumpets with golden syrup.
You were saying off here that you overdid the first batch and he made you do it again.
Yeah. Heard the splat when I brought them in there after I walked out, and he'd thrown them against the wall.
Wait, so you made Terry breakfast in bed too?
Yeah. And then I went out in the garden, did a bit of work around there, came back and had a bit of... Oh, no, I didn't have... There's no toast left.
Do the dishes.
She did the dishes. Then Terry and my wife and the little one went out for brunch.
Oh, that's nice.
Which was funny, because, I'd only just fed the bloody bastards, and I didn't see them till they got home for the roast that I made later that night.
Oh, yeah.
So
it would have been nice to have a relaxing day, but you said that they sort of left you a list of chores.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah. You know those little Post-it notes?
Yeah.
Just all over the bench top there. Which annoys me a bit, because it's really hard to get the sticky stuff off my new
Your new bay leaf bench top.
Yeah, no, my cupboard's a bay leaf.
That's
my bench top's grey.
You were saying you're a bit gutted a little bit, but then you just read the Father's Day card that your little one gave Terry and pretended it was for you.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Sweet little thing she is. A little bit of pasta sort of lettering on there, glued on.
Oh, macaroni frame.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't she 17?
That's actually something we used to do a lot, and we used to have quite a lot of fun doing it. Was, he immediately got sidetracked with what was in the porridge. And then Mike and Jase would list a whole lot of ingredients. I'd list an ingredient that is a definite thing you would have in a porridge. And they always said, nah. Don't be stupid, no matter what I said.
I have to say, I'm very glad you guys have grown up a little bit and moved on from getting bogged down in the BS.
You reckon?
Oh, yeah.
I miss it, man. Those were the days.
Bring it back, man.
Most of that break was 2 minutes of describing what was in the porridge.
It'll be like it never left.
Guys, there's a tune. Hole, Malibu, you're on the Hauraki Big Show with old Keyzie and Pugson.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Learning to fly there, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It is the Hauraki Big Show. Thursday afternoon with Keyzie and Pugson. Jase back on deck Monday, and Mogi will be back tomorrow. Just on Mogi, actually. We've got some texts coming through on 3483. Thank you very much. Everyone, of course, in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher. What about this here? So good having fresh blood running the show. Better than the old grandpas, you little whippersnappers.
Is he referring to Mogi or Hoytey J?
Both, man. They're ancient. Thank you very much. G'day, Pugs and Keyzie. Can I please get a massive Friday shout out, even though it's Thursday, to my dad? Want to let him know I love him for all the support and life lessons. Shout out to you, Neville. Love your pops. That's cheers from RBJ in Midlakes.
That's a no, RBJ, because it's not Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, mate. We can't do that.
Sorry,
Would love to help, but we can't.
I'd love to read that out, but we can't.
What about this one? I don't understand this one. G'day, fellas. What has happened to the fart noise during the news? I kind of miss it. I don't know what they're talking about.
I have no idea. And I imagine if there was something to get in touch with about that, you probably have to go to who's doing the news, which is usually Raylene.
Raylene
right?
Ramsey. You'd have to get in touch with the news department at NZB. That has nothing to do with us.
No, it's not Hauraki.
Kelly is text through on 3483. Pugs, saw you at Fontaine's DC. You have great music taste.
Ah, thanks. That's from Kelly. That's lovely. I did meet a couple of backbones there last night, actually.
A bloody ripper.
Yeah.
We'll get a review of that gig later on the show. Make sure you stick around for that one. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just joking.
Chris.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I literally listened to yesterday's show and they were just flying from Hoytey J's seat over to Keyzie's usual spot.
There is something about sitting in the seat where you don't have to push any of the buttons.
Yeah.
And I'm usually where you are, got about 1,000 things to do, and they can just hurl abuse while you're preoccupied.
Yeah, and it's harder to throw it back when you've got all these buttons to push, you son of a bee.
I'll try and tone it down. It is quite fun, though.
You're good.
Making the most of it before Monday. Another text here on 3483. G'day, fellas. Just wanted to let you know that someone has changed old Mogi's Wikipedia page.
Aw, no way.
So I've had a look at it.
Yeah.
We were discussing this the other day. Mike Minogue, New Zealand television and film actor, played Officer Minogue, blah, 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 boring.
White Lotus, etc., etc.
Minogue is currently a co-host on the Hauraki Big Show, 4 to 7 weekdays with Jason Hoyte and Chris Key. And if you get onto biography, has a whole lot of stuff about his, so-called film career.
Yeah.
And then under that it says, in 2024, Minogue developed scurvy after a diet meant that he hadn't eaten a vegetable for 6 months. So And then it says, HBO announced earlier in 2024 that Minogue will be joining the cast of The White Lotus for its third season.
Yeah, fantastic. That White Lotus has been in there for a minute, but that Scurvy one's brand new.
Yeah, nice work, whoever updated that. That is 100% true. Minogue has had scurvy.
And don't ask me how I know what's going on with Mike Minogue's Wikipedia page and how long the White Lotus news has been up there. I'm not checking it.
That's not you. Okay, you're not the one doing it?
No, God, no.
Okay,
I
great.
wish I thought of that.
Yeah. Listeners are far smarter than we are. Coming up shortly, a cuticle, your chance to join Mania and Jerry in Texas and also win $100 cash as well.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. One small step for man, one giant leap backwards for mankind. Join Jerry, Mania, and ACC head G Lane for the Export Ultra Beer Garden Tour.
That's right, on the back of the massive success of the Big Show's trip to Hokitika, the breakfast show have decided to attempt to one-up us pugs.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't,
There's no way. The backbone's down there on the West Coast. You're not going to find them in Texas, man.
Austin, Texas is just the poor man's Hokitika, if you ask me.
Always said that.
You have. But regardless, look, if people want to get in the draw for this, fine. Far be it from me to convince them otherwise. They do get $100 instantly as well, which is probably why the lines have lit up. Might go to Josie. Josie from Christchurch, how you going?
I'm good, thank you.
Bloody ripper, Josie. Whereabouts in Christchurch are you?
I'm just on Morehouse Ave.
Yeah. The old stomping ground for Keyzie and I.
100%, man. Are you at the part where it turns into Blenheim Road yet?
No. Just going past the McDonald's.
Yeah.
I know that, Macca's.
Oh, I know it very, very well. In fact, a little too well. Josie, what do you do for a crust?
I actually edit a magazine.
You edit a magazine? Which one?
Yep. It's called O3.
O3. Oh, is it like a Christchurch local magazine?
It's a South Island lifestyle magazine.
Oh.
A free one. Yep.
Oh, because 03 is the area code for Christchurch, Keyzie.
Well done, Pugs.
I think that's what that is.
Well done, man.
Actually, the area code for the whole South Island. But a lot
Chris.
of people don't know that.
Chris, can you believe that? The whole South Island.
A lot of people don't know that, including Pugs.
Also, Backbone, Josie. Huge backbone.
Yeah, huge backbone. Editor of a magazine. Shout out, by the way, if you're down the South Island. Make sure you pick up a copy and a coffee.
And have it with your coffee.
Exactly. Josie, have you ever been to Texas?
I haven't, no.
Okay. What about the USA?
I have been to the States a few times, yeah.
Okay, good. So you are legally able to travel to the US?
I am, yes.
Okay. You got an up-to-date passport?
Yes.
Okay. And you'd be pretty confident you get a week off work?
Yes.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Josie.
I can make it work, yeah.
You can make it work, bloody ripper. Well, the good news is you are in the draw for that trip and you just got yourself $100.
Amazing, thank you.
No, thank you, Josie. Thank you for getting into the draw for that competition and also for doing the Lord's work there at the O3 magazine. We'll just pop you on hold and Pugson and Studio B will sort you out. If you missed out on that, never mind. Another chance. Maybe later on in the show. Maybe tomorrow. Well, definitely tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
later
kind of-
on in the
it's
show.
every day.
We have to do it every day. We don't have to do it. It's not like Export Ultra, the beer for here, came up to us and said, you better do this.
I think that's exactly what they
That
said,
is,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, it is.
It's conditional.
Led Zeppelin, this is Kashmir, 8 minutes of excellence on the Hauraki Big Show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Tune, 8 minutes, 20 seconds of Led Zeppelin there with Kashmir on the Hauraki Big Show. You got Keyzie and Pugson. It's chime.
It's chime.
It's chime to tat TV. It's chime to chat.
Hang on, man.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Yeah.
Does it feel good doing it on your own, Pugs? Do you like doing it on your own? Pugs. Seriously? No, don't go back. Don't go back up.
I love doing it on my own, Keyzie.
I wanna
You ought
know-
to try it more often, man.
3483, just while Mogi and old Hoytey J aren't here, is it annoying when we all go, yeah, at the start of this break? Because we take about a minute to do it,
Yeah.
and then we rush through the TV reviews.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Before we get to yours, Pugs, I watched an episode of Help, I Bought a Hotel last night.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. Now, it's about...
Sick name.
I've talked about it before. It's on TVNZ Plus. It's real. Switch your brain off for half an hour before you go to bed. Tally.
So true.
TVNZ Plus there, and these people bought a hotel. They bought an old building that's like 400 years old in Italy somewhere. It's crumbling down.
Yeah.
They wanted to have it up and running after 6 months. It's been 9 months and it's still not up and running, and they're freaking out.
6 months seems ambitious, and I know nothing about doing anything up, but a hotel in 6 months seems like a lot.
A 400-year-old building where every time they remove like anything, underneath it is wormwood or termites or something.
Yeah.
The whole thing is...
Nah.
It's stressful for them, and every time my wife and I watch it, we just go,
My wife and I.
Thank God that's not us.
Yeah.
Pugson, understand you want to plug your Substack. What's a Substack?
Nah, I'm not looking to plug my Substack, but I would like to. I will plug the Substack.
What is it?
So I don't know. It's just like a writing thing. I just found it.
A blog?
I know Matt Heath's got one. I know more sophisticated actual writers have them.
Right. How can people get around it?
There's an app. There's a website. It's essentially just for anybody writing articles on anything. And I've decided to, you know how I was reviewing movies a little while ago? I've decided to slap them all on there so I can look at them all in one place. And if anybody wants to look at them, they can do that too.
How do they find it?
Look up Substack, the website, or the app, and then I'm on there as Call Me Pugs, same as my Instagram handle.
Bloody ripper. And because you do watch a lot of movies, you are a connoisseur of movies, and the latest one, you're a connoisseur.
Would you like a connoisseur?
Like a butler for condoms.
So true.
Which movie would you like to quickly review for us today?
Nosferatu, which is the latest Robert Eggers film. It's a gothic noir type scenario.
Right.
And
2024, 84% Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3 on IMDb.
It's so good. It's so good. It's way more gnarly than what I thought it'd be, because this guy's known for doing like sophisticated art housey sort of stuff, The Lighthouse and The Witch, but he likes his dark, creepy stuff.
Right.
This was like scary, like genuinely
proper scary.
Yeah,
Are we talking jump scares, thrillers, or like gruesome?
All three.
Wow. Okay.
All three. So I took my partner to go and see it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh yeah, it's really art housey. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. She's like, yeah, sweet. As long as it doesn't have jump scares the whole time. She's in like a ball on the seat next to me. The poor thing.
And did she stay for the whole thing?
She did stay for the whole thing with her hand covering her face. It was really, really good though. If you like scares, it was well done. Incredible performances as well. Willem Dafoe's in it. Lily Rose Depp. She was a star. Bill Skarsgård plays the titular character.
Nicholas Hoult, he's a scary dude as well when he wants to be.
He was pretty scary in this one, actually.
Yeah.
Gets massively cuckolded. Great
Sick
film. If you want to read the full review, just go to my Substack. Call Me Pugs.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Go to his Substack there, New Zealand. What are we going to here? Is this Nirvana?
This is Nirvana.
Oh, of course it is. What a tune.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Nirvana on the Hauraki Big Show. It is almost 5 o'clock this Thursday afternoon with Keyzie and Pugson. Coming up after 5 o'clock, we're going to give comedian and Hauraki announcer Tony Lyle a call. He is commentating tomorrow night's local derby, the Hurricanes taking on the Highlanders. He's also head writer of Game of Two Halves, which is a TV show myself and Mania Stewart are on from The Breakfast Show. The next episode airs tonight.
I'm really loving the social clips from that show.
Really?
Yeah. They're really tightly edited.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing them knows what they're doing.
Doing a great
It's been
job.
really impressive.
You know what you should do? The guy who's editing it, he's got a Substack. You should check it out. Call Me Pugs. He goes pretty good. That plus plenty of tunes and other great stuff, including Best of the Big Show, coming right up, New Zealand. So don't go anywhere.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike, and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
That's right, it is the Hauraki Big Show for Thursday, the 13th of March, 2025. You've got Keyzie and Pugson here. Hoytey J is in Vietnam on holiday. He gets back this coming Monday. Very excited for that. And also this afternoon, old Mogie's flown down to Wellington. His wife is up for a massive award in the film industry, and he's having a big one.
Do you think Jace is excited to come back here?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
Actually,
I think he'd be happy to see us, but outside of that, he'll get sick of it pretty quick.
he'll walk in, he'll sigh, and he'll go, oh, let's do this thing. He's always fine once he gets on air, but he's always makes a big deal out of being at work like everyone else on the planet doesn't have to work.
That he does.
Have you been feeling really it's really wholesome stuff on his Instagram?
I've been loving it.
Yeah, because people listening don't know this about Hoytey J, but I don't think he's ever done a family holiday with all four of his daughters and his wife, and they were all in one place.
No, he hadn't even, wasn't the yarn he hadn't even done one overseas with his wife as well?
Yeah, he'd been to like Aussie.
Yeah.
So for the first time ever in his life, his three daughters who live over in Aussie, he's got his youngest one here, they are all in Vietnam together, and the photos on his Instagram. It's so wholesome. He's in a boat, he's got a funny hat on, he's riding a bike, he's in a coffee shop, and it just looks like he's having a lovely time.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, from my end, cannot wait for him to get back. This whole anchoring business, God, it's knackering, Pugson.
To be fair, he had a text on 3483, hey guys, just wanted to compliment Keyzie. He's really good at anchoring.
And then he's put there, especially D's. And then I'm supposed to go, what are D's? And then you go,
D's nuts.
D's nuts, that's right.
Yeah.
So I see you there on 3483. But having said that, you are in the draw for a $50 night and day voucher just for texting something through, Pug Son. What are we kicking off the hour with, man? What are we...
You too, Desire, baby.
This will fire people up for a Thursday. It is the Hauraki Big Show. Up next, best of the Big Show. And we're going to call Tony Lyle about tomorrow night's Super Rugby match here on Hauraki.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
The Offspring on the Hauraki Big Show. It's Thursday afternoon with Keyzie and Pug Son. Mogi back on deck tomorrow. Hoytey J back Monday, and the Big Show will be back together in full. In the meantime, you've got Keyzie and Pug Son and a best of the Big Show clip. This one is from 2022 as well. Pug Son, what's it about?
It was just such a great year for the Big Show, man. This particular clip was you looking for some gift buying advice from a couple of wise old Ramses, Mogi and Hoytey J.
This weekend, I've got there's a baby shower happening in Christchurch. I'm flying down for.
Yeah.
It's also...
Oh, you were saying off
Mothers,
air how much you
You
don't...
got a MILF question.
you don't like those baby showers because you can't get on the terps because everyone's really straight.
Yeah.
But anyway, baby shower.
Yeah. And it's also sort of a 4-year-old's birthday. It's a double event situation.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this 4-year-old isn't my nephew, but it's my partner's nephew.
Because you were saying
Doesn't
off
count,
air,
man. You're not
actually,
married yet.
You were saying off air that under 10s, anything under 10, it just drives you absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
carry on, Keyzie. What's your question?
Thanks for reminding me of all those things, by the way,
Yeah.
Jason. I forgot I said all that stuff. The question is, I've decided I need to get him a present. We
Yeah.
both do, because of lockdowns, we haven't actually got him a present before.
Right.
So we've missed 3 of his birthdays.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what,
You were
should
saying
get
off air, thank God for that. Sorry, Keyzie.
And I was thinking, we get him a decent present.
Yeah.
And Minogio, you
Yeah.
are extremely clued up on train sets.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should get him a train set. Is there a train set that I should start with? You know what I mean? Because it's your hobby, right?
I'm sorry I don't see the connection.
I thought I'd get him a train set because you do your model trains, right?
How old did you say he was?
4.
4.
Yeah, well, that's the sort
Model
of age.
train sets aren't a toy, mate. They're not for kids. They're for grown-ups. You don't give a 4-year-old a train set.
Right. It's just because the one I was looking at was at Toy World.
Toy World. Oh, my God. Keyzie, you know, train sets, it's not a game. It's not make-believe.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a serious pursuit for lovers of the choo-choo.
It's a lifestyle, isn't it?
It is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And if you start giving trains to kids, what next?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, wouldn't it start the passion young, you know?
No.
Okay.
You get their little filthy little snotty hands off it, Keyzie.
Yeah.
Can you
Right.
imagine that? And then they want to come and play with my trains, you know, and they're dribbling and snotting and saying, oh, give a go with that. I'll give you a go. Da-douche.
Sorry, you... Well, what if I could promise they won't come to your house and try to take your trains?
Well, look, if you want to get them something from,
Well, just like an
say
entry-level...
Toy World.
I don't know, just like an entry-level train. That I could-
Yeah. Well, you could go ahead and do it, man, but I'm having nothing to do with it.
Fair call, man.
Yeah.
What?
Fair call.
I mean,
I've
I
seen
want
my
no
with his
part
trains.
of it.
Yeah.
I didn't
and,
mean to insult you.
No.
You're not just insulting me, Keyzie, you're insulting everybody that's into model trains.
Okay, well,
And it's just,
how about rephrase it instead? I won't get him a train set. What if I was looking to get into trains?
this is not, toy train sets are not the pursuit of losers.
Totally.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have to be
Cool.
cool.
And as I was saying, Keyzie, you're not into it anyway, so I wouldn't bother either way.
Yeah.
So just stay home, get on the beersies,
Yeah.
watch a bit of sport, and let your partner go.
Tell you what, get a little mate, if you're going to go down there, get a few beers in you.
Yeah.
Chuck young fella a couple of brewskis on the sly,
Right.
in
And that's better than getting him a train set.
my book.
Yeah, I forgot about how much Mike Minogue does love train sets. Actually, just earlier in the show, we were talking about how someone's changed Mike Minogue's Wikipedia page to include that he got scurvy for 6 months in 2024, which is true, by the way. If someone could also add that he's an avid train set collect or model trains enthusiast.
Yeah, or just summarise it. So, like he's always running trains in his house and stuff like that.
No, well, you could Pugs. It doesn't need to be running a train, all right?
It's not.
He's a model train.
That's not what I said
Yes,
at
it
all.
is. That's
actually.
exactly what you said,
Can
Pugs.
you imagine saying that on the radio?
That would be something that would get a Broadcasting Standards Authority complaint. So I'm glad we didn't.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, Lenny Kravitz. It is the Hauraki Big Show. Thursday afternoon with Keyzie and Pugson. Mogi skived off today. He'll be back tomorrow. And, of course, Hoytey J back from his family trip to Vietnam this coming Monday. Very excited for that. Speaking of excitement, though, a couple of local derbies in the Super Rugby. Both games are going to be live on Radio Hauraki. The first one, Highlanders v Hurricanes tomorrow night, 7:05pm. One of the blokes that's going to be calling that game from the ACC is comedian Tony Lyle. Tony, are you there?
Yes, I am. Keyzie, how's it going, pal?
Yeah, bloody good, mate. Bloody good. Hey, what's your feeling ahead of this game, mate? Because obviously the Hurricanes, they'll be looking to bounce back after that humiliator against Moana Pacifica.
Yeah, I know you call it a humiliator, but Moana Pacifica have looked pretty good all season. The Highlanders only beat them by a couple of points the weekend before. The Highlanders are looking good. Everyone underrates them consistently, constantly. Everyone always says, oh, they're shit house. But the Highlanders are the best, and they're going to beat them. Right,
so you're going to go Highlanders there. I meant humiliated because, Artie Savia left the Hurricanes and then now the Moana Pacifica's beaten the Hurricanes. I didn't mean any offence. I probably sound like a bit of a cock there.
You do sound like a bit of a cock, Keyzie, to be honest, but I guess that is more of a you issue than anything else. And the Hauraki are fairly used to it. And I think they love you for it, quite frankly.
Yeah, you're right, actually,
old
Tony.
Cock Keyzie.
Pug son. They don't call me old cock Keyzie, all right? They do not. There is a Blues-Chiefs matchup on the Saturday night there, man. What's your vibe for that one?
Yeah, well, that's a bit harder to pick, I reckon. I mean, for that first game, the Highlanders, they're home and home. May as well put the house on it already. But the Chiefs versus Blues, they've sort of both been underperforming. Everyone rates them. They're the classic team stacked with All Blacks, but so far they haven't really been able to put it together. Damien McKenzie's sort of been ripping it up left, right and centre. And, I mean, they were humiliated as well in La Poca last weekend by the Fijian Drua. Really pulled their pants out and made them march around Fiji by the looks of that game. So I guess they're both pretty keen to have a W. It is down in the Tron. So I'm actually backing the Chiefs for that one.
Yeah, backing the Chiefs. And also, just bonus question, how good was last weekend's round of Super Rugby, man? All those upsets, it has just added so much excitement to the competition.
Yeah, it really was. I was erect for about 24 hours in a row after the Blues lost at Eden Park to the Brumbies for the first time in about 138 years. Then, of course, we had the upset in Fiji, and then Moana Pacifica beat the Canes over in Albany, which we all know is the home of Moana Pacifica Rugby. So I was quite stoked. The Crusaders also the upset there on Sunday, winning their game. And I know people say that is an upset, but the Crusaders are shit house and they lost 9th last year, I think they got. So, to see them win against the Reds, that was as surprising as anything.
Yeah, no doubt people in Canterbury are waving their fists angrily at the radio right now. Tony, another reason why I wanted to get in touch with you, man, is because tonight we've got another episode of Game of Two Halves. Of course, the ACC does it, so it's myself, Mania. Tony, you are the head writer for this show. So you basically, you pour your heart and soul into it, you put all these comedy things into it, and then me and Mania come along and butcher it. Is that about right?
Yeah, that is about right, Keyzie, to be honest. Labour of love for me. I worked my ass off getting that all tickety-boo, that show, and then actually on the, we were filming this episode, and as I wandered into a room, I believe I heard you say something along the lines of speaking of interns. So I'm really holding that against you, and I look at your capitulation. If there's one rule in showbiz, mate, it's don't shit on the writers, because I don't know if you know it, but you tell them nothing without us.
100%. The problem with that show, and I remember because we were speaking about an intern, and then literally if anyone had walked in the door, I would have said speaking of interns, and it just so happened to be Tony. I did feel bad about that, mate, so my apologies. We've got Mania Stewart, obviously, on this week's episode. We've got Di Henwood, Elise Andrews, Greg Murphy, Brody Kane. Where does it rank in terms of episodes you've been involved with so far?
Well, it's a powerful lineup. Greg Murphy, he's an enigma. He's an incredible man. He came up to me and shook me aggressively from behind and gave me a cuddle. Said, how's it going, Tony? How are you? And I don't think I've ever met him before in my life. But he knew my life story, gave me a huge cuddle. He might be the nicest guy of all time. And he was full of little facts. Elise Andrews is a legend as well, gold medalist on the old track cycling bike. So, yeah, I reckon she's pretty stonking. And Brody Kane, she was dragging her carcass in there after a heavy weekend in Vegas the week before. I think she's only just come back to life, kind of like Nosferatu, to be honest. But good to see her alive and well. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, Di Henwood in there who was telling me he's done about 600 live panel shows in his life. So that was another day at the office for him. It is free to air tonight, 8:30pm on Sky Sport Open. And then if you missed it or you don't have Sky, even though it's free, just get the Sky Go app or whatever and just go to Sky Open, 8:30 tonight. It'll be on there for free. We upload every episode the following Monday as well. Sky Sport NZ on YouTube. Comedian Tony Lyle, ACC commentator, thank you very much for that, mate. And have you got any gigs on the horizon? I actually do. Funny you asked that, Keyzie. That's an incredible coincidence that you do mention, do I have any gigs? This Saturday night in Christchurch doing a lovely show before the Black Caps and the White Ferns game. That's on Sunday. double header at Hagley, so I'll be down there in Christchurch to face the wrath of the Crusaders fans, who I've just called shithouse. But I'll be there on Saturday night at Little Andromeda. Come along, 8:30 p.m, a work-in-progress show. She's going to be carnage. Tickets at littleandromeda.co.nz, I do believe. And, of course, the old comedy festival's in May, so just go grab a ticket for that while you're at it.
Bloody ripper, Tony. All right, mate. Well, good luck for the gig, man. And, of course, you'll be able to hear him 7:05 tomorrow night. Commentary of the Highlanders versus the Hurricanes right here.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Bit of Pearl Jam on the Hauraki Big Show this Thursday evening with Keyzie and Pug's son. Mogi is at an awards ceremony for his wife down in Wellington. She's big in the film industry. She's up for some sort of award, Pugs.
Yeah.
So he took the day off because it's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Fair enough. He'll be back on deck tomorrow. And then, of course, Hoytey J back with us Monday, currently on holiday in Vietnam with his wonderful family. In the meantime, to scratch that Big Show itch, Pug's son has been deep in the archives. He's found us a few best-of clips. You didn't tell me what this one was about, but you said you'll know it as soon as you hear it.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you get a drift of what it is that these guys are talking about, you're going to catch on and be goofing the same way that I was goofing listening to it. This is 3 years deep in the Big Show archive, 2022, after the fellas had a large weekend together.
Yeah. She was a big emotional weekend this weekend, wasn't she, Mike?
Oh, was there what? Yeah, so many emotions over so many days for so many reasons, you know. I mean, I was at the Warriors game watching us get pumped in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Of course, you and I got invited. Oh, a hell of an honour. There was the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was massive.
It was huge, man. There's been some,
really
some incredible artists when attended there. And, of course, you and I were invited, Jase, to do a little bit of a gig there.
To perform?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Well, because the thing about it is I met the band... Must have been 97 when I was doing my rock and roll driving. I used to drive bands when they came down to New Zealand and toured.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was such a good driver that they actually took me all around the world.
Yeah.
Because I was so good at driving them around and that. Got into a bit of trouble in Mexico City actually though, because I don't understand how it works.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't, mate? To be honest.
But pretty tight bonds, and we used to jam all the time. And so they invited us up, and you can't say no. I mean, I felt a little bit, is this really our place, Jase? I don't know if you felt that.
Totally, mate. Well, I mean, I got to know the band as security, of course.
Yeah.
I was there, and I did such a good job of securing band stuff that they got me... They got me touring around, and that's where we kind of...
Yeah,
is that where you guys met?
Yeah, that's where we met,
Yeah,
so...
Yeah, so it was an honour. And like you, mate, I was... It was a tough one, eh?
Oh, yeah.
It was like, do we?
But the thing is, I guess we've done so much performance over the years in other sort of areas, you know, a lot of charity work, a lot of gigs, a lot of emceeing.
Wait, so they got you to perform?
Yeah, performing. We've sort of been in front of crowds, and I've sort of been in front of crowds like that, you know, more times than you've had hot dinners, Keyzie.
Right.
So, I mean, but you're still nervous because you don't want to let the team down, but I think it's fair to say, mate, that we nailed it.
Oh, mate.
So I was on the Skins, and I just came out, sort of wowed the crowd with a bit of a solo. And then old Hoytey J came out. I think you got some audio there, Keyzie.
Yeah,
this.
with the harmonica.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is you playing... Okay, all right, here we go.
And then old Hoytey J came in there.
The old
Came
harmonica.
out on the crowd was going mental. And I kept on going for about another 10 minutes.
Yeah. Mate, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I forgot how good you were.
Oh, cheers, man.
So, had you guys practiced that, or was that just like a jam sesh?
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, we've jammed together a lot in that, and you sort of you just go with a feel.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was a little bit sort of taken aback by the Raw when we came out.
Yeah.
And it sort of brought it all home to me, actually.
Yeah.
But you just put us right in the zone.
Yeah, we're
from-
right. I was right in the pocket.
Yeah. And,
Were you?
Yeah.
mate, I don't think I played better,
Yeah.
to be honest.
No, I'd agree with that.
What's like? Because I know it was an emotional day as well, and you guys obviously knew Taylor very closely. But what were you guys actually playing there? Like, what even was that?
Just an original. Yeah, something we've been working on. So just wanted to, sort of give first dibs to that audience. Yeah, and I can tell you what, there was not a dry eye in the house.
Massively so, man.
Yeah, so...
Well, that's good, boys. I reckon he would have been really pleased with that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to get it done, to be honest. But yeah, tears, mate. Jeez. And old Minogue was blubbing like nobody's
I
business. Snot running out of his nose into his...
Sobbing, Keyzie.
Yeah,
Actually, from,
massively
That's
sobbing.
all right. That's all right, man. Real men cry, Keyzie. Real men cry, okay?
Yeah, Keyzie.
Right.
Yeah, Keyzie.
I don't want to pull the curtain up too much on that, but I remember finding like a clip of a guy just doing the most outrageous drum solo,
Yeah.
playing that, and then having a separate clip on a separate fader of just a guy sucking at harmonica. And then you just have one play, and then you just brought the harmonica in. We need to do more of that stuff.
We absolutely do need to do more of that. Really emotional stuff.
Yeah, very, very funny. And of course, the big show will be back in full this coming Monday. So hopefully more of that to come. What are we going into here?
Yeah, man.
Is this Def Leppard?
Named after you, brother. You
It is,
animal. Eh?
Got him. Hey, 3483 if you need anything. You're on the big show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Smashing Pumpkins on the Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon with Keyzie and Pugson. Full show back Monday.
Yeah.
Bloody fizzed up for that. Last night was a big night in Auckland. We had plenty of gigs going on, 3 massive ones, including LMNOP live at Whammy Bar. You had She Hard playing one of their last ever gigs at the Power Station. And Pugson, you went to Fontaine's DC at Spark Arena.
Yep.
Now, before we get into a quick review of that gig, can you just play us a bit of Fontaine's DC for anyone who's never heard of these blokes?
I can do that for you, Keyzie.
My childhood was small. My childhood was small. But I'm gonna be big. But I'm gonna be big. My childhood was small.
Right.
How good's that, man?
That's pretty repetitive.
Well, that song in particular is quite repetitive. That's the opening track of not the last album they did, the 2 before that, Dog Roll.
Right, dog roll.
Dog.
So how was the gig, Pugson? Because I know you tried to make yesterday your birthday, and everyone from Hauraki, obviously, except for me, were invited.
I didn't like the way you shook your head when you said birthday.
Yeah, but you tried to change your birthday from Saturday to yesterday.
Yeah.
You invited everyone from Hauraki except for me, and then you guys all went to the
No.
gig. How was it?
It was epic.
Oh, that's good.
It was really, really good. So I am a relatively new fan to the band. I got on board maybe 2 years ago
Right.
with the album Skinty Fear,
Okay.
which was their sort of, I think that was largely their biggest success to date at that point. That really
Right.
blew them up. And since then, they had another album come out last year called Romance, which made me double my fandom of theirs. That's been nominated for a Grammy.
Right.
They won a Brit Award, I think. And they are a bunch of Irish fellas that seem like they're really cool. Like they almost seem too cool. But the
Right.
performance was just unbelievable. They've got songs like that, and then they've got songs that'll make you cry. They've got these insanely overwhelming bass sounds. Like that song there, like sounded like it was pretty light. Like it was
Definitely.
going fast, but it was light on the bass, you know what I mean? Then they have these they would have synth bass over the top of the other bass, and it was double layered, and I was frothing. Very overwhelming sound. Very,
Right.
very powerful.
You could feel it.
Clean sound.
Yeah.
Great there in Spuckadana.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. They did a good mix of the album that's on, so that sort of light sound, then the more grand cinematic stuff off Romance, and then some stuff from that Skinty Fear album as well, which I didn't expect as much. And they did a 4-song encore.
Wow.
And
4
I would have been
songs.
happy with one with what they had already played.
Yeah.
And then they came out with 4. It was a sick show.
How many buzzies out of 5 would you give it?
I'd give it 4 out of 5 buzzies.
4 out of 5, not bad.
Yeah.
Far out.
It was right up there. I was living it up. I was with Big Dilly, my mate George.
Yeah.
You know George from the Butlers. He
Yep.
was there. He's like a super fan.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking home with him and my partner after the show, and we're walking along just below Queen Street there in Auckland. And who do we bump into? Is Green, the
Nogie.
lead. Grian, the lead singer.
Oh, the lead
Mogi
singer.
would have been better, to be fair.
yeah.
It would have been nice to see old Mogi on a night out. Bumped into him and had a quick chat with him. George had a great yarn about how he was like, George was like, I'm in a band too. We cover one of your songs. Had this really lovely yarn. And then I was just standing behind George grinning the whole time. And then it got to me and I was like, oh, g'day, mate. I don't play in a band or anything, but I just want to say thanks. And it was like a real fanboyish moment.
Sick, man. He would have loved that.
No, he looked like he bloody loved it too. But great show, and get around that band if you like that sort of Irish, hearty sound there.
Fontaines DC. Very good. Thank you for that review, Pugsan. A mate of mine was there, said he saw you doing drugs in the toilet.
Well, that's a lie because I didn't go to the toilet. I did them in the mosh, Keyzie.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Talking heads on the Hauraki Big Show. It is almost 6 o'clock this Thursday afternoon with old Pugsan over there and old Keyzie.
Why are you grinning like that?
We hit your hand in the air.
I just wanted to tell you, I got gifted a book by David Byrne, who's the founding member of Talking Heads, Keyzie.
He gave you a book?
No.
Someone else gave you a book on David Byrne?
Written by David Byrne. It's not on David Byrne.
Is it a novel?
No, well, no, it's not fiction.
What is it? Non-fiction?
It's called How Music Works.
Right, okay.
And apparently it's a great read and I'm excited to get into it. I just wanted to share that with you if that's cool.
Pugs, that is a great anecdote. That's the kind of thing that'll keep listeners around past 6 through the news to hear our next content.
Actually, Pugs in Studio B, if you just want to clip that off, fart that off to the...
Fart that off to the Radio Awards. Pugs in Studio B. Coming up after 6, we have got more best of the big show. We're also going to be giving out some advice on meetpaddynips69@gmail.com.
Yep.
Have a crack at doing it without those two old idiots around.
Yeah.
So if you ever do need advice, meetpaddynips69@gmail.com. Get in touch and we'll rip into that after 6.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike, and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
That's right, it is the big show with Hoytey J, Mogi, and old Keyzie. The other two are not here right now. Mogi is at a Wellington Awards night. His wife is up for a big award in the film industry, so he is down there. Pugs, he's meant to be on the wagon.
Yeah,
He got massively steamed responsibly on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Hungover piece of shit yesterday.
Massively.
Yeah. And I said to him, surely Wellington, big event, your wife, massive award, surely you might have a couple. He's just like, definitely not.
Yeah, he's saying that now that he's had that one night, which was the 50th,
yes,
the other night, that he's not going to have any more beers responsibly, or at all even, until he goes to Oasis Live.
In London. But that's what he said at the beginning of the year.
That's right.
Who knows?
So by that logic, he could well be. And he should be celebrating his lovely wife responsibly.
Absolutely. Always celebrate your lovely wife responsibly, all right? Don't do it in moderation.
Yes, that's right.
Don't
do it too much.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it.
Nah, don't overdo it.
No.
Are you sick of them talking about whether or not they're drinking or smoking darts?
Listen, man, it's easy content for the show. It's a good way to fill up the planner. You know what I mean?
That's not
Which
how,
I know they really appreciate.
That's not how we approach the show, man. We don't want to be
not us, man.
doing easy content.
Nah. On the big show?
Nah. Shit, no. Okay, just cool. Just checking because, I mean, I'm getting there.
Oh, you're getting there?
I'm getting there because they keep giving up. And I get it. That's all part of the process, right?
That's right. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So you give up, you try and... But it's just... If you're going to do it on the radio and make a big thing out of it...
Yes.
Give it a bloody good crack.
Commit. Yeah, I mean, it is an ongoing battle, I guess, trying to get off them the irresponsibles responsibly.
That's right.
But
I don't really understand addiction because I've never been addicted to anything, I don't think.
Right.
For example, you're addicted to connies. How hard would it be to kick those?
Well, you'll notice that I haven't tried to kick them, and it's for that exact reason, is that I don't want to be that guy that's coming on here every other week saying, hey, look, guys, I've kicked the connies.
Yeah. Because we're like, oh, here we go, have you?
Yeah.
And then a week later, we find you wallowing in a pit of 1,000 connies.
To be fair, the first time you get around it.
Yeah.
The first time, maybe the first 2 or 3 times, you'd be like, all right, this is the time he's going to do it. And then you'd sort of start to fade off like Keyzie right now. How suspicious have you been this year of Connie chat striking out of nowhere? Because to be honest, I think we've knocked it on the head. And for those that don't know, we used to bring Pugs in for a reason and then lie to him, and then he'd come in and then we'd spring Connie chat with Pugsan on him. It created a really comfortable and safe work environment for me. Really excited to come on here and be a part of the show, and then have to answer questions. To be fair, you peaked with it being the worst when you did the sponsored one with Wild Secrets. That's right, yeah. That was the worst experience for me. Top 3 on radio. Wow, that's great. Oh, I'm glad we could provide that for you, Pugsan.
Speaking of great content, we've got more Best of the Big Show coming up next after this absolute ripper from Queens of the Stone Age. No one knows. It's the Hauraki Big Show.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Hero of the day, a bit of Metallica for you this Thursday evening on the Hauraki Big Show with Keyzie and Pugsan, and seeing as Mogi and Hoytey J aren't here. Full show back Monday, by the way. Pugs, you've got another Best of clip for us.
Absolutely. Now, this was a similar situation to the last one in the sense that Hoytey J and Mogi always getting the call up for the really important stuff, particularly performance-wise or being on stage or speaking. Obviously, they've had a lifetime of public speaking. And this one was, in particular, Jase getting in there with the Royals.
Hey, but a little bit knackered, fellas. Obviously, I did the eulogy for the Queen last night. Flew in, flew out.
How good was that concert, man?
So good, man. I don't think I've done a better gig.
I was on the edge of my seat.
Oh, mate, people were in tears. And I was on fire.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely on fire.
So
what sort of yarns were you sort of swinging around there?
I just,
give me the opening couple of lines.
Oh, no, look, because I tell you what I've done. I made a bit of a special out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to preempt it by blowing it and shooting it all out now. I'll save it for a special.
Yeah.
So you're going to sell you doing the Queen's eulogy as a special?
Yeah, Netflix, something like
Smart.
that.
That's smart.
Yeah, totally, mate. Seriously, I was
Any
on
special
fire.
guests?
Oh, there were heaps, you know what I mean? But I didn't really have time to... I had to literally jet in and jet out. And a lot of people have actually socialed me, Mike, and said, we didn't see you in the broadcast, Chase.
They've socialed you?
Well, they've messaged me on the Insta and stuff like that. They said, we didn't see you on the broadcast. What's going on, mate? That's the only reason we were watching it.
It's going to be on the special, is it?
Well, it's going to... Not only that, but they refused to pay the broadcasting fee, which is why I've made it a special. Right. I wanted $1 million for them to broadcast my part, and they said, well, it's... So sort of a eulogy, we don't usually pay fees for that sort of stuff. And I was like,
well, people aren't going to turn up without Jase there, are they?
Well, totally, mate.
Shit, no.
Yeah,
I'm also suing them because they didn't have any of my rider. I mean, they had a few of the stuff. Oh, roses and sparkling water, a few bevies, cheeses, your salamis, your gherkins.
Venison.
Yes, on a spit.
Yeah.
A full deer. So none of that happened.
Because that's a great thing about...
I'm going to sue them.
Yeah, and I think you should, because when a queen dies, the after-service spread is normally pretty good.
Indeed.
Because they've got all those estates with the wild animals on them, and generally you have a big slaughter fest, you're killing off all sorts of deer and stag and sheep and beef and all of that. And
totally.
I'm surprised they didn't offer you up any of that.
And also I asked for my special goblet that Liz had for me, for my wines and stuff like that. Yeah, that wasn't there, my goblet.
Why are you saying goblet like that?
And that wasn't there. It was a bit of a shambles. And look, I fully appreciate that there was stuff going on. There was a lot happening. It was all on. But, mate, tough titties. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm a little bit fatigued today, fellas, but I'm sure I'll pull
Well,
forward.
imagine how the Queen's feeling.
Yeah.
Structured into that one.
It was great. You just go silent. Luckily, that music was playing, and then Jase just goes, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if people ever miss the beds, the lovely jazz that would play underneath.
That's right. So, yeah.
Underneath?
Like a year and a half ago, we used to have music that would play underneath of our chats, laid back jazz and stuff.
Yeah.
Then we just made a decision to get rid of it. I don't think it was a bad idea.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's left a lot of cut through for awkward silence, which I really like.
And so that's always good. And also, it means when you make an amazing sting for a segment, when it does have a bed or music underneath of it, it sounds even better. The Big Show back this coming Monday in full on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
John Bon Jovi, it is the Hauraki Big Show. Thursday, not really. Thursday afternoon with Keyzie and Pugsan, and it's time for us to try and tackle this advice column we've got without those other two slowing us down. It is meetpattynip69@gmail.com.
meetpattynip69@gmail.com. Get in touch with the fellas. Tune.
It is a tune. Pugsan, tell us about the segment, man. What's it all about?
So this is your chance to ask us anything you can think of. Have a safe space. If you want to be anonymous, usually we go for the anonymous route just in case it's sensitive information. You also go in the draw for a $50 night day voucher anytime you send us an email.
Yeah, this one here today, which has come through. And also just don't make it filth because we can't read it on the radio.
Yeah, we love reading it in the studio off air, so that's lovely, but it won't get read out on the radio.
What we love even more is a genuine question that we can actually have a crack at. G'day, fellas. This is from Anonymous. I've been listening to the Big Show for about a year now, and it's starting to negatively affect my relationship. Full honesty, I think that's pretty common for a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Recently, I can't stop saying there after every noun. For example, could you pass me the remote there? Which is something.
That's real boomer stuff.
We all do that.
Yeah, we all do it.
I think Jase started it.
The old
Over there and
remote.
there. Shall we head down to the old supermarket there?
Yeah.
Is another example. It's driving my missus and myself at this point up the freaking wall. Most of the time I don't even mean to do it, and it adds absolutely nothing to the conversation. 100%. I feel your pain, Anonymous, man.
That is tough.
See, like, I've already told the story about how I started a yarn about old Mogi whilst in an intimate situation.
Yes.
My wife, I've even noticed, don't yell it, has started dropping, like, Big Show references.
Really? Like what?
She called someone a mad bastard the other day.
Your wife did.
My wife.
That surprises me a lot,
And
knowing your wife.
100%. I almost gave her a $50 night and day voucher. And she was talking about someone who wasn't even a mad... I think it was like a guy on TV misspoke. Oh, check out this mad bastard. You know, it's just
I'd
like...
love to have been a fly on the wall for that.
Yeah, and like she doesn't even listen that often because it's usually at her expense. But it's so I do understand that the way we talk is pretty stupid.
It filters through. It's infectious. It is absolutely infectious. I have to catch myself quite often, and it usually filters out a lot more easily when I'm meeting somebody that's like a backbone or somebody after a live show or something. It just comes out of me. Like it sounds nothing like how I'm talking now.
No.
I become a miniature Hoytey J in the worst way possible.
Well, that's the way that's what they want, though. I like to think. Like
You
today,
reckon?
I was eating a laksa on the side of the road down Newmarket there.
Yeah.
You've been there before.
Yes.
It was set outside Main
Beautiful
Road.
place, yeah.
Big bowl of laksa roti, and I had a chopsticks, big thing of noodles, pulling it up to my mouth, and a guy walks past and goes, "Oh, Keyzie," and I just went, "G'day there, fella," and they just stuffed the noodles into my mouth, and I was like, "Why? I don't
Why
talk
did
like
I do that? Yeah. I'm in private, in public.
But that's the knee jerk is to go, "G'day, fellas."
I would ask why that, for example, saying something there, like the old remote there.
Pass me the
why
old thing
that,
there.
Why that is creating such a rift in your relationship. Surely it's stronger than that. Surely the foundations are deeper than that.
I think it's not the fact that he's doing it. It's the fact that she knows he's picked it up from the stupid podcast, which she probably doesn't like listening to, and now he's started talking like it.
Right.
It's the whole thing.
Okay, so what do you propose?
Did you?
So true, man. I agree.
She'll really love this podcast
Problem
after that
solved,
advice.
man. I've actually got a yarn for you off,
Do you?
of a similar nature.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah.
In the meantime, red hot chilies.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
God, that's a tune. Blondie, Heart of Glass. Need to play it more. It is the Hauraki Big Show with Keyzie and Pugson Thursday afternoon. Mogi back on deck tomorrow. Hoytey J back Monday. So full show back together. In the meantime, we've been playing best of the Big Show clips. What have you got for us today, Pugs?
So this one was quite surprising when I originally heard it because obviously Jason Hoyte, one of the more well-off members of the show, I would say, given his dog squad money.
Oh, yeah.
It turns out he goes through the same financial motions as all of us, and he was having a time where he was quite strapped for cash, and then he came up with a particularly lucrative idea.
I've got to say, Mike, you were talking yesterday about the fact that you've taken up a paper run.
Yep.
Just to get
I
a bit
prefer to call it a paper route.
a paper route.
A paper route.
Yeah, no,
Can we
that
call
makes
it
more
paper
sense.
run?
No.
No, paper route's good. Because you were saying, you needed a bit of extra cash.
I do.
Times are tough at the moment for people. There's no question about that.
Unbelievable.
And it was funny because I was walking to my car last night and, I was thinking about, I need to get a bit of extra cash going in my life as well. And I suddenly had this sort of urge. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I used to be a great street mime.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, in fact, how I got into performing.
Right.
Before I did any acting or any of that sort of stuff, my start, I guess, in the performing sort of arts was street mime.
Is that true?
Yeah, totally, man.
Oh, man.
I thought you
totally.
did showboat at school. And that's your first start.
Yeah, but I did street mime before I even did showboat.
Man.
Oh, wow.
I mean, as a kid, I used to do, my kids used to take me to the mall and I'd do street mime.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like busking.
Your kids would take you.
No, my parents would take me
parents
as a
would
kid.
take you when you were a kid.
Did I say as a kid? Yeah. Like when I was 5 years old.
You were saying that you were really good at, particularly at the one where you have to pretend you're in a box because your parents used to keep you in a box.
Literally in a box, yeah. I was also, I went through a phase where I was really good at the like the statue ones.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just stay perfectly still, and then after a while you go, boo! And But I actually gave someone a heart attack literally once when I did that, so I stopped doing that.
That's how you get your black belt in street mime.
Yeah, totally.
Once you give someone a heart attack. Yeah.
Because you're so good.
And did you like paint your face and wear the beret and the the white and black striped shirt?
Yeah, and the gloves. But I didn't need that last night, and I just went, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
So I went down onto Queen Street there on one of the corners, and Queen and Victoria, and put my little sort of bag out, and just started doing some street mime.
Wicked. What'd you open with?
Oh, just the old, up against a glass wall.
Yeah.
That one, climbing a rope.
Yeah.
Brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. No, I didn't do that one, Mike. Seriously, unbelievable. $850 in half an hour.
Is that right?
That's how much I got, yeah.
Wow.
$850 in half an hour.
And do you have to declare that?
Nah.
No,
it's a
that's the
cashy,
thing.
mate. It's a
Yeah,
cashy.
yeah.
Right.
It's free cash.
Or can you just mime declaring it?
So I'm thinking every sort of, second or third day I might,
roll out
before
for
I
30?
go home, just go and break out a bit of street mime and earn a bit of extra cash.
Yeah.
I'd be
Bloody
keen.
good.
Can I join?
No.
Really classic end to that clip.
Yeah.
The Big Show has changed a lot since then.
I agree.
The end of every clip used to be, I would say something, setting them up for them to slam it down every time.
Slam dunk.
And then we figured out after a while, it was, we should probably mix this up a wee bit. But I can tell you that...
Was that after you had tears in the office there and sort of asked them to sort of make you a better part of the show, Keyzie?
Pug-san, you know that's not true.
Huh?
You know that's not true. I can tell you that Mike Minogue would have been doing some sort of rude gesture. I think I can picture exactly what that rude gesture was.
Well, it was also after he said brushing my teeth.
You put
know
those
what I
two
mean,
together.
man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. The Big Show will be back in full this coming Monday. In the meantime, you can get every single show we've ever done. Just search Hauraki Big Show wherever you get your podcast from.
The Hauraki Big Show Podcast.
Well, that is the Big Show done and dusted for Thursday, the 13th of March, 2025. Just Keyzie and Pug-san today. I think we did all right, man.
Yeah, I think we did all good. What did you learn, brother?
Shit, that's right. What did I learn? I learned that I don't know if I like Fontaine's DC, which is the gig you went to last night. Based on the two things you've played me, I don't know if I like them. I'd have to... No, don't turn the Pugs.
Huh?
You can't just turn the music up whenever I'm saying something that you don't agree with.
I don't like that, man.
Well, that's just what I learned.
You got to give them a chance, man.
100%. You played me 10 seconds of two songs.
That's right.
So maybe I'll give them a chance. What about you?
I learnt that I really do like Fontaine's DC.
That's a bit of a cop-out, don't you think?
Yeah.
I like
it is.
that Pugs likes a cop-out on radio.
Yeah, 100%. I learnt that too just now.
By the way, Mogi will be back on board tomorrow. He's away at a Wellington awards ceremony. His wife's up for a big award, so fair enough. He'll be back tomorrow. And also, Hoytey J back this coming Monday, back from his holiday in Vietnam, so you'll have the Big Show in its full form this coming Monday. Until then, make sure you have yourself a bloody lovely night. And if you missed any of today's show with Keyzie and Pug-san, make sure you check out the pod. He comes out at 7:30 tonight. But
they'll be waiting, man.
Hell yeah.
They'll be waiting.
Look after yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. for the Hauraki Big Show. Bye.
See ya.